Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Raymond J. Negron. I hope you guys are excellent today. So, today I want to discuss the force of forward motion. Contrary to belief, most people don't believe in forward motion, they believe in the comfort zone. And, the thing is, there's a few rare individuals in life that live in this kind of momentum, right? Where they're always moving forward and they're doing something of very importance, and they give themselves a sense of purpose and aim in life, and they're teleological about what they do. They drive through tremendous amounts of pain, and face rejection after rejection and failure after failure. And these are the people that I notice, and I work with some of these people that push themselves beyond their comfort zone so they can get the results that no one else would ever get. Right? Because if you look at some of our day to day, we do a lot of the same things, right? We go from one box to another box to another box. And if you really look at your daily life, it's a lot of repeated acts of the same thing. So you kind of hit a plateau, right? But when you notice that and you recognize that and you're like, how can I get a little more out of my day? What can I do a little more, like 1% better, so I could push beyond my comfort zone and get into that force of forward motion? Because it's like a higher force. I believe it's a source, whatever you believe in. If you believe in God or you don't believe in God, but if you believe in momentum, when you move and do things with intention and laser focus, things just open up for you. And I noticed that. And I know they take time. And I know, like I just said before, there's rejection after rejection and failure after failure. And tremendous amounts of pain is always perception. Like, what is your perception of pain, right? Everybody has different levels of that, where it's either a level 10 or they dial it down to a level 3, right? Like if you looked at something and maybe to you it's a level 3, to me, it might be a 10, But again, wrap your mind around what it is you want. And I'd love to, and I put a question in the comments, would love to know your experience with the force of forward motion. Are you doing things that keep you insane? Or are you pushing outside of your comfort zone to reach a new level, right? Are you increasing to get better? Or are you decreasing to keep the same? Because I see this a lot in people, and I look around and I see a lot of people that are doing the same things over and over because they can't accept that pain. They can't accept that rejection. They can't accept that failure of, if I do it wrong, but if I appear a certain way in front of other people, they'll accept me. But if I, so they keep tiny and they keep small, because, the people that don't do this, they avoid nothing. They face everything. And I'm going to read this pretty cool thing from this book that I'm reading, Tools. I'm actually going to do a chapter a week. And it discusses like people that have a sense of purpose, what they do in the present, they do it no matter how painful it is, right? If they're tired, and most of those people have a why that's deeper than they're tired. And the avoider, the person who avoids things, only cares about immediate gratification, right? They want to move towards pleasure right away. And then they wonder why they don't have what they want. But he who takes no responsibility for his future is stuck in that immediate gratification. When you're when you're willing to go without something to get something even bigger, than you are, it can be fulfilling, right? If you go, like for me, what I used to do, I actually still do this, is I will refuse to go out to eat to like go out to eat at Chipotle, say, or Red Lobster, or, Outback, or whatever the case it is. And I'll save so I can have one night out at a really top-notch restaurant, right? That's a 5-star restaurant. So I won't spend the $30 per 5 days, which would be $150 a week. I would rather spend that $600 at having a nice meal at a top 5-star restaurant. That's something that I would do. But, for the force of forward motion, it only works in an individual that's consciously aware and they choose to accept the pain that comes with getting what they want. And most things aren't as painful as we think they are, right? We just think they are. But when we identify ourselves as someone who does something, we take the actions, and those actions move us into the feelings, right? Most people feel a certain way, and then they act on that feeling, and they maybe only get like 20% of what it is that they get done. But in forward motion, your life becomes a radiant star, expanding your inner self as well as your outer self, right? And a comfort zone literally becomes it collapses inside of itself, right? When we look at our comfort zone, it is something that, can expand you, or it can contract you and keep you the same, especially now, in the era that we're in now. We need to stop and cut out all the noise and cut out all this financial fast food or media fast food or, all this stuff that we're consuming, right? And become creators. And that's where people live in their higher self, in the force of forward motion. When you become a creator and you're creating something of value to yourself, you're willing to cut out all the distractions and reactions and respond to what it is that you're looking to do in this one great life. Like deep work, Cal Newport talks about this. It's definitely, I've read that book 3 times, and it's definitely an underutilized commodity in this world where we're willing to be distracted instead of focused. But in the force of forward motion, when you're doing something that's really important, and maybe you're looking to leave a legacy behind, or you're looking to be fulfilled. If you're looking to be happy, happiness is fleeting, right? We can create happiness by just thinking of good thoughts, or we need to constantly be in a happy state, or we believe our life sucks. But the truth is, in darkness comes light, right? And to see the light, you must go through the dark. And I don't think a lot of people, will truly get this, but you have to sit in your darkness to really create your light. And that's perception. But that force of forward motion, that force of momentum that's driving you to a new level and pushing you out of what's normally your comfort zone into the life that you want to create. The economy outside of you has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with you. It's all about you. It's not about, this president's doing this, or this political person's doing this, or this person's doing this. It's all noise, right? Everything is up to you. When you take 100% responsibility with using that force of forward motion and momentum in your life, and you're pushing beyond where you currently are, like me doing this video. This isn't comfortable for me, but I love it. I'm embracing a challenge, and I'm embracing doing a topic a day so I can really push myself in exploring, these thoughts, these things I think about, and expanding on them. Not just saying, oh yeah, I know what the force of forward motion is. It's just something you got to push yourself forward and things seem to happen. No, it's exploring. It's actually rubbing it up against reality and seeing how much I could pack in my day, because most of us are like, let's relax. I just want to relax. And then we wonder why we don't have what we want out of life. We wonder why we can't pay our bills. We wonder why, we can't go on vacations. We wonder why all of this stuff. And then we just go into a deeper hole because we're not willing to push outside beyond it to grow, right? Challenges are about growth. Growth is about experience. Experience is about getting better. And when you're pushing up against an exponential, learning curve in life, you're course correcting, tweaking, adjusting so you can learn something. That's how we as humans grow, and we evolve this thing that we have called the brain is by pushing outside of our comfort zone. So again, I would love to know your experience with the force of forward motion and what you've experienced when you're in it. If you've noticed when you're doing something really hard and difficult, there's happiness. If you work out really hard, sometimes you laugh, right? Or sometimes you realize like you hit this true dopamine high when you're doing things that are outside of what your realm of comfort is, because you're learning how to get better. And that's what I want for you. So again, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this made sense. I would love for you to leave your comment below. And this is Raymond J. Negron, Beyond Failure to Reach Success. Take care. Bye.